Hello class, we are going to start to chapter 3, Landscapes Fashioned by Water. This chapter is pretty long, so I did split this chapter into two weeks. So we are going to study the first 7 sections this week and I will post the rest next week. And we'll be finishing our assignments and a quiz. February 6th will be the due date for our assignments and the quizzes. You need to focus on this 7 section at the beginning, and you have to complete the homeworks for the following week. Our outline for this chapter, the first 7 sections, will list 3 important external processes and describe where they fit into the rock cycle. And we will talk about the rock cycle, remember. Explain the role of mass wasting in the development of valleys and discuss the factors that trigger and influence the mass wasting process. Landsliding, which means mass wasting, is another external process. So we are talking about one of the external process is going to be in this second section, and we are going to move to hydrologic cycle. Then in section 4, we'll describe the drainage basin and the river systems, and we'll discuss the stream flows and factors that causing it changes, and we'll outline in which streams, how they erode, how they transport and deposit sediments. And this is an important step for us to learn how these grains are transporting and depositing and becoming a sedimentary rock, right? So we need to learn their steps into the sedimentary rock. And last section will be contrast bedrock and alluvial stream channels and distinguish between two types of the alluvial channels. First section is pretty short and easy. We will discuss the 3 external process, which is first weathering. We talked about the weather in a previous chapter, so we are not going to repeat this. We will start this next section with the mass wasting, which means landslides in geology. And third, we'll talk about the erosion. So we are going to talk about the external processes that lead to landscape formations on our Earth. And in the next chapter, we'll talk about the internal process, which leads to volcanic activities and earthquakes and mountain building. These external processes are usually results in a sedimentary rock evolution, right? So 3 process: weathering, mass wasting, and erosion. They are responsible for creating, transporting, and depositing of sediments and leads to the formation of sedimentary rocks. So you need to really learn what is the external process versus the internal process. Internal process, again, they result in such features. So we are if we have internal process, it will result in volcanic activities, mountain building, or earthquake, right? They all get their energy from the interior of the Earth. The external process taking their energy from, basically, if you think about it, it's going to be the sun. So please take your notes and finish up this section with completing your first homework. Thank you.